Your purpose is to wrestle with that struggle of life and get it in a fucking headlock and start throwing some fucking bows at it and saying, you are not going to take me out. That poor, pitiful me mindset doesn't get you. Gentlemen, what's going on? Have you ever had a friend, hung out with someone that you really knew wasn't good for you, man? They just brought you down, made you feel bad, gave you just a negative outlook on life, talked shit to you, just was always negative. The world sucks. You found yourself like, damn, I just feel worse when I hang out with you. I think that's the problem with this world, man. We got a lot of shitty, negative-minded people that are caught up in the bullshit. Right? It's easy to get caught up in the bullshit because then, life sucks. Well, it doesn't require me to do anything. There's no responsibility in that. There's this victim mentality that's just pervading society. And I think why we so eagerly accept the pessimistic outlook and that negative mindset is that it requires no responsibility. It's easier to be a victim because it's somebody else's fault and it doesn't require me to do anything to get better. Everybody's entitled, everybody's a victim, everybody's oppressed, and if this will happen, then maybe my life will be better, but it's never going to happen because life's fuck! You got one life. And I don't have time to be spending that with negative people. I don't have time to have a negative outlook, negative mindset. I got one life. I got one shot. I finally realized who the hell I am, or I'm pursuing that at the least. I want to live my life to the fullest. I don't want to get caught up in bullshit. I don't want to thinking, oh God, it's somebody else's fault and I've been oppressed and I'm a victim. Fuck no. What can I do today to become better? I don't give a shit about anybody else. I'm not going to get caught up in excuses. I'm not going to get caught up in the statistics of the world. What the hell can I do today to make my life better? We want this badass life. Everybody wants to live a badass, meaningful life. And if you don't, you need to check yourself because you got one shot at this life. And I don't want to walk around in this poor, pitiful me misery. I don't want to have a suit, a disguise where maybe on the surface I'm kind of all right and just going with the flow. But inside I'm screaming, what the fuck is the point? I want to make my point. Anybody that listens to me know that I like Nietzsche. He's got this idea of the Übermensch that overcomes self, that overcomes limitations. Everything's on his shoulders. No fucking excuses. As men, somehow we've lost that balls and backbone that stand up and say, I don't give a shit what the external looks like. Inside, I'm solid, stoic, and ready to go. I regulate my emotions and I point them in the direction that I want to go. I use these emotions as a weapon to propel me into something meaningful. Okay, this sucks. It feels bad. I'm not going to swim in that pool of misery. I'm going to use that as a signpost to direct me somewhere that it's not miserable, that's not poor, pitiful me. Because again, we're all going to have those emotions. We're human. There's going to be the days we don't feel like it. There's the days we get caught up in the nihilistic, oh God, the world's ending, doomsday. There'll be those days, but we don't let that deter us from actually putting in the effort to become better. And that's the key. That's the linchpin, the effort to get better. What the hell did we do today to get better? Did we get caught up in the people around us that are all, everything sucks? Are we constantly watching content that says the world sucks, this group sucks, that sucks, there's nothing, it's just fucking give in, throw in the tail? Bullshit. That's for weak-ass minded man. There's a whole fucking wide world of life out there waiting for you to attack it. Something didn't go your way? Boo-hoo-hoo, cry me a fucking river. A lot of things haven't went right in my life. A lot of things haven't went right in your life. That's fucking life. It's not fair, but it is perfect. And if we can ever wrap our mind around that, life is not fair, but it's perfect because it's life, God, universe, Big Bang, the survival of the fittest in nature. That's what it is. And you say, well, I'm lacking in this genetic route. I'm lacking in this. Who gives a fuck what you're lacking? Everybody's lacking something. What are you going to do to strengthen who you are? I don't adopt the lacking mindset because I've been there. I've lacking this. I've been in that narcissistic asshole addiction mindset where it's everybody else's fault, not mine. We've all been there. We've bought into that lie. It's everybody else's fault, not mine. Fuck, that's lacking responsibility. When you don't have responsibility for anything, you're a fucking sheep. You're an easily manipulated sheep. Content on YouTube, government, friends, fucking women, whatever, they can manipulate you because you're an irresponsible person that blames everybody else except taking it on your own shoulders. When you take the weight of the world on your shoulders and say it's up to fucking me to become the best badass man that I can become, Life's in your hands. And that's what we are called to be as men. Life in my hands. You're not a fucking man if you're blaming someone else. Let me repeat that. We're not men if we're blaming someone else's for our fucking misery. You accepted the misery that's on your shoulders. You don't have to be miserable. Bad shit happened. Yeah, bad shit happens every day, but people overcome that. People succeed in despite of that. Become a man. Quit using excuses. Quit laying in that pit of misery that says, poor fucking pitiful me. I don't feel sorry for you, and nobody else does either. Nobody's gonna come from the fucking skies and hand you a golden plate and said, here, it's yours. We have to take responsibility to become better. A great life awaits you. Maybe all the chips didn't fall into place. Well, that's life. Nobody has it perfect. We're grown as adults, and when we recognize that life's not fair, but it is perfect, and you say, well, what do you mean by that? Because life's been here before you. Life's going to be here after you. There's some rhythms, some principles to life. When we get in unison with that and we realize that struggle does happen, life is a struggle, but it makes us stronger so that we can endure the struggles while everybody else is crying in bed. No, it sucks. We're out here getting things accomplished, doing things, finding value, finding meaning, finding purpose. Your purpose is to wrestle with that struggle of life and get it in a fucking headlock and start throwing some fucking bows at it and saying, you are not going to take me out. That poor, pitiful me mindset doesn't get you anywhere in life. We are not a fucking victim. We are a victor that wakes up each day and tackles the opposition. No more shit, no more negative, no more poor, pitiful me, no more hanging out with people that aren't going to equip you to be a badass. You were created to be a badass man. You were created to live a badass life. In order for us to accomplish that, we have to have a badass mindset. We don't have time for negative people. We don't have time for negative thoughts. What the fuck are we going to do today to get up and conquer this day like a badass man? No more excuses. We take responsibility for today. We take responsibility for what lies in front of us. We grab it. We fucking put it in a headlock and fucking knock the shit out of it until it gives us what we want. Tackle this day. One shot at life. Excuses aren't going to get you any closer to where you want to be, where you can be. Love and respect, gentlemen. Get up and make this a badass day.